RICE, it's something that gives a negative connotation, a passive inclination to injury recovery. It presupposes that your body is fragile and it takes the power away from you. Rest, ice, compress, elevate. Now, this is a well-known acronym, but it's something that I feel is outdated. In this video, I'm going to present something that I feel is better. The new acronym we will call RELM, R-E-L-M. And if you're someone who's engaging in physical practice, I think it's incredibly important that you understand how to manage injury, because I'm sorry to say, it's going to happen to us all. Over my career, the past 15 years, I've had many injuries. I'd like to share with you how you can help yourself also. The first letter is R, and as the RICE acronym suggests, rest is incredibly important. But I don't mean 3 weeks of sitting on the couch with Netflix and numb. I mean resting in order to allow your body to reduce inflammation in the acute stage of an injury. This is usually 24 to 72 hours, 1 to 3 days, and it's a time that you can just reset, come back to your homeostasis, your even, your zero, and allow yourself to embrace a calmness after something that could have been quite acutely stressful. Usually when you injure yourself, it can be a moment of shock, it can be something that induces a level of fear in the body, and it's important to allow the body to recover and also for your emotions to settle before you attempt to move forward. What's really important in this rest phase is to not get down on yourself. Just know that every one of us is going to get injured at some point, is going to experience some kind of negative sensations. It's not a bad thing. You've done nothing wrong. It just happens. Try to give yourself some positive feedback and try to focus on what you can do rather than what you're missing out on and what you cannot do. Our second letter is E, and it stands for explore. So here is where the acronyms diverge. RICE suggests you stay passive and you stay waiting for someone to come rescue you. E in the RELM acronym suggests you must then begin to slowly move. You need to start exploring to work out where you are right now in comparison to where you were prior and ultimately where you want to go in the future. You need to have clarity on what's gone wrong, what you can do so you can still do things in your life, and ultimately what you can't do so that you can work on them and improve them over a long period of time in your recovery process. Now, the way in which you should explore is not pushing, forcing, potentially causing further damage. Instead, it's focused on light exploration, really just testing what's possible in a slow and easy manner. There is no forcing here. There is no driving, pressure, pushing. It's really an easy, calm situation. You want to do this with as little loading as possible. So sitting down, laying down, if it's a knee injury, for example, is a great idea. You want to explore things like what still feels good in order to keep doing them. You need to also explore what doesn't feel good, what's changed since I've hurt myself and injured myself. And these metrics will allow you to start to guide stuff that you can do pain-free and with worry-free, and stuff that you need to work on in order to come back to your stasis step by step by step. Now, after our E, we have an A in brackets, and this is what we can call assess. The reason why it's in brackets is because, well, it's your choice whether you want to go to a professional and actually get an assessment done, whether that's through manual work or more introspective work with radiotherapy, some kind of MRI result, X-ray result. It's completely up to you. In my experience, gaining the clarity from these assessments is useful on an emotional situation, on an emotional level, but it's not necessarily imperative for the recovery process. If you can simply work out what you can do and what you can't do and what's changed, you can then create a plan and progressively work on it with this acronym to help you come back to your normal function, to your normal life, and to start pushing yourself in these inspiring realms that you're working with in your practice. So after the assessment, whether you did it or not, we then move to the L. RELM is L for loading. Here's what's really important. In order for you to then begin progression back to your normal function, you need to start loading these areas again. The area in which you've lost range of motion, lost confidence, lost strength, needs to be given a direct stimulus to respond, adapt, and come back to where it was prior. This is something that must be taken very slowly, and it's not going to be linear. It's going to be iterative. There'll be moments where you push too far and you might get small pain again. This is okay if you're able to respond and reduce the intensity and then overload once again. As with everything in life, this is not a simple process and you really have to be honest with yourself. But try as much as you possibly can to gradually trend upwards with the loadings and really stay curious, stay nerdy. Try to mark down and note down metrics, loadings, reps, sets. And as you would in your standard strength practice, rehabilitation should be no different. It's a strength practice with a slightly more acute perspective, a slightly more acute focus. The final letter of our acronym is M, and it's simply move more. Once you've got on the process of loading the area, you've got through the acute phase of inflammation and stress, and you've begun to explore and work out what you can and can't do, it's important to broaden the horizons, the inputs on your body and the physicality in order for your body to desensitize the stress responses, the fear responses, the pain responses, and ultimately get back to normal function without any inhibition. In order to do this, this word curiosity is really important. We need to explore and move past our limitations, let's say, in this current situation, in order to get back to where we want to be. You can think of this as permission rather than punishment. You're looking to put yourself into good situations to give yourself a variety of stimulus in order for the body to respond in a positive manner. Once again, if you're causing excessive pain, inflammation again, and you're actually taking steps backwards, then this is not the phase for you right now. It's important to really go slow, to be honest with yourself, and to really have this iterative process gradually, step by step, moving in an upwards or forwards direction. Now, when it comes to using the RELM acronym, you can use different types of muscle contraction and different types of actions to help you. And there's a very simple way we can do this. We can start from lack of variety or volatility and move more towards variety and volatility. So stage 1 would be static contractions, isometric contractions at various angles. Stage 2 would be slow and controlled actions through a smaller range of motion. Level 3 would be more range of motion through these slow and controlled actions. And level 4 and 5 would be moving towards more volatility and more variability in different angles, different speeds, different loadings, so on and so forth. And if you can use this slow exponential process alongside the RELM acronym, I'm really confident that with a humble and curious attitude, you can solve any injury and move forward at your own pace, back to where you want to be, back to your goals, and back to the physical practice that means so much to you. So to recap, we have RELM, R-E-L-M, with a small a in the middle if you want to. Rest, explore, assess if you want to, load, and of course then move more. Injury recovery is not about stopping, hiding away, covering yourself in cotton wool. It's about being strong, understanding what you can and can't do, and slowly iterating forwards, slowly figuring things out. Comment down below and let me know how you feel about this. I'd love to hear some feedback, and I wish you all the best in your recovery process. Keep figuring things out.